moderator sent to me Mark Williams Thomas's video, which is on Instagram, where he's saying that he's about to do a 2-part podcast about what happened to Jay Slater, and he wants people who covered the Jay Slater case or followed it all the way through to contact him with their theories. And then he goes on to say, like, it's really important to hear these conspiracy-based theories. How is it, sir, that every single other person who worked on Jay Slater's case, or actually did a lot of work on Jay Slater's case at all, we're all conspiracy based and you're the only one talking any sense? Were you not the man who told us it was going to take you 2 days to completely find out what happened to Jay Slater, and then you changed tact? At 1 minute you were telling us he is so scared he'd picked up something like, what did you say? He was so scared that he took actions at the Airbnb to protect himself. So then I just came live and said, no, he didn't. He picked up 2 knives. Let's talk about it properly. He picked up knives. And then you changed it to, oh no, Jay just had an accident and everyone needs to stop talking about it. Then you come out after the inquest this week and say, actually, I've got a 7-minute recording that could flip the whole case on its head. So why have you not given that to the parents before now? It's been nearly a year, but you wanted to save it for a podcast. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, how is everybody else just a problem and just conspiracy based, but what you're doing is fine?
To social media platforms, but also in the national media. I've commented in regards to some of the evidence that I've got. I've not put it all out there yet, but I do think it now needs to go out there. So we're working really hard. We're flat out to put together on our own expense the 2 podcasts. So this is part 1, part 2 podcast, which will be coming out very soon. I can't give you a date yet, but it will be within a matter of a number of days, and it will give you the full insight in terms of Jay's investigation. And one of the things I want to really cover is this issues, or are the issues, of other people's theories about what happened to Jay. I think it's really important we hear what other people have got to say, but it's also important that other people then listen to the responses to that and consider it and think, actually, do you know what? Yes, that makes more sense, or the evidence is there to support that. So I'm putting it out there. Why don't you come back to me, if you have followed the Jay Slater case, and give me your view as to why you do not believe that Jay Slater's death was a tragic accident. And I'll tell you why. I wouldn't normally do this. I wouldn't normally give airtime to those people who have got conspiracy theories, different thoughts in terms of where the evidence is pointing. But I'll tell you why it's important, because I think we need to, in today's society, it's changed massively, where social media has a huge bearing. We need to respond to those, we need to dispel them, we need to get rid of them. We need to show that there is evidence to say that it can't possibly be true. I watched a video yesterday of an individual, I won't name him, who was coming out with the most, uncommon sense, but also absolute rubbish. What he was saying couldn't possibly be true, but he was getting a lot of support. People going, oh yeah, that's absolutely right. No. And one of the things that really annoys me is that we're dealing with people here. Jay's got a family and they still watch social